I guess I'm ready to go live. Did something happen? Was there?
There's a gleam, man. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam, all right?
Let's get the gleam, man. All right, who called it? 31-27 Giants was my score. 27-21. Boom. Come on, guys. I told you. I felt it. There was no logical reason or explanation why I thought we were going to win today. None whatsoever. But there was a gleam, man. There was a gleam. And we've found it. For one game. So let's rein it in a little. Because it is one game. And so some people are probably going to pick up on this was like the Seattle game. We got a little arrogant after this game. We got a little arrogant. And we know how the rest of that season went. But for one day, for right now, we were able to have a situation, play with confidence, play with I'm going to use all the coach speak. Play with confidence, play within our ability, not beat ourselves, and let the good Lord willing, we'll win today. And we did just that. We won. We won. I mean, come on, how great is that? The 2-minute warning's over. And we won. Dallas is looking decent. However, we needed the best track coach. Like, Dallas is looking good. Dallas, if that defense can ever get figured out, I've been saying this forever, Dallas is going to be trouble. And then we also have Washington. 34-30 winners over the Atlanta Falcons. Carolina still put up a fight, though, with Dallas, though. You got to remember that. But for one game, and I don't know if it's going to be forever, but for one game, Daniel Jones looked beyond 7 yards. He looked down the field and said, "Hey, wait. There's something 7 yards beyond the offensive line. Let me throw that way." And I laugh because all the people that bash Jason Garrett, are they now saying that he is the coordinator of the greatest offense ever in Giant history? I tried to stay off Twitter. Twitter sucked me in. It's like the Godfather, sir. Just when I think I'm out, they keep sucking me back in. And I see people talking about how wonderful Daniel Jones was and how this is his big game and how they knew it. Yeah, and I didn't hear a lot about that last week. I didn't hear a lot about that. Except for here, because
there's a gleam, man. There's a gleam.
There's a gleam. There's a gleam of hope. Will it continue? I will tell you this, and some people succinctly did put this, that we did lose. I mean, I did say we were going to lose the next 6 games. I did predict this, and I did say we were going to lose the next 6 games. And I also told people this. I said, all the people in the chat this morning, if I was right, $2 would be donated from everyone from the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. So all I have to ask is,
I want my $2.
I want my $2. Help the kids. Is this Daniel Jones' statement game? Is this the game that we sit there and go, he made a statement? He's going to be on the upswing on year 3. Because it is year 3. Let's not fool each other. 400 yards. The interception at the end meant nothing. He didn't fumble. He ran. Well, there was a couple of design runs, and he ran on his own. And you can see when he runs on his own, I mean, he's not going to be Lamar Jackson. We've said that a million times. But how many people are Lamar Jackson? But he had the wherewithal to let it loose. And I said, when he got in the dome, I said this morning at 11 o'clock, when he gets in the dome, he was going to let it fly. Because he was going to forget everything that's been going on in New York, everything in the press, everything from the fans, and he was going to cut it loose. Will that continue in Big D? Big D is a bird of another color. And we're not going to get into Big D yet. We're going to talk about this win. We're going to talk about this win and this team's ability to put up the points when needed We do have to take a look at the defense, though. Oh, Lordy, the defense. And when Hill ran over Leonard Williams, he basically carried 7 guys. Leonard Williams, if you want 23 million freaking dollars of mine, all of the Giants and the Giant fans, because I think it's all the Giant fans, you need to learn something. You need to tackle. We need some sacks. We need some pressures. We need something. 0 quarterback sacks, 0 pressures, 0 hits. We'd be throwing a perfect game if this was baseball. But last time I checked, it ain't. This is football. But for a day, how many people out there were upset or gave up hope on that 11-play, 70-something yard drive that the Saints have? Because, again, we couldn't get the D off the field. How many people were upset? I wasn't. I said, you know what? We come back and score. We're right back in this game. And I even told my loving wife, if we win the toss, we will win this game. I will tell you this. Towards the end of the game, when we kept going into the huddle and we did not attack the line. I felt we should immediately attack the line at that point in time in the fourth quarter. That instead of taking the field goal, we just kind of took our time. So I felt we should have gone more 2-minute drill, been a little bit more of hurried. I know we had 2 timeouts, but I think we should have hurried more and gone after the defense. But you know what? That's what it is. I knew this was going to happen. Last year, we got cocky before the Arizona game, and we came off a win against Seattle. Don't overlook the competition. Nope, we don't overlook the competition. Never overlook the competition. We never do. Oh, look at this. I got a lot. Oh, my God. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Big Vito, what's going on? We can all sniff the... Yeah, we can. Just for one night. One night. I think DJ and the offense played good. The D is still the D, and I've said this before. The D that's supposed to be the wherewithal, the saviors, the better than the 86 Giants, better than any of the defenses we had in the 50s. God, we can't get a rush. Kamara, 20 carries for 126? Longest run was 10 yards, which means they did slow them down in the second level. But the problem is he was getting to the second level too many times. Dexter Lawrence looked gassed. Third quarter, if you watch Dexter Lawrence, he looked gassed because we can't get off the field still. So yeah, we're getting the defense. We're not going to watch. We're not going to batter stuff. Stay up, praying Wilson up. I like Wilson. All right, what do you say? I saw Fields. I like he can. Yeah, Fields is a stud. But we're talking about the Giants here. I'm happy to see Saquon get 2 touchdowns. Tony looked good with the ball in his hands. Saquon, I was so happy for Saquon, and I said this today also. On that turf, he is going to feel more comfortable. He's going to feel more at ease. Because I'm going to tell you right now, so as someone who had 2 ACLs and who played both on turf and grass, when you're on turf, you feel more confident because you don't feel like, especially on the synthetic crap, that it's going to give out from underneath you. You feel like you can do more things. Yeah, Scott, how do I know you were going to say that? I don't know if it's a breakout. It's a great 400 yards. Yeah, his first 300-yard passing game since week 17 of his rookie season. Yeah, I mean, is it a breakout game? I would like to see 2 breakout games in a row. No one is saying anything about Garrett other than he sucks. I know, that's what I don't get, though. You can't sit there and say that this was a beautifully drawn-up plan and Jason Garrett, I mean, Daniel Jones played like a champ. But Jason Garrett did nothing. Oh, thank you, my friend. Elvin Kamara feasted to run defense till next week. Oh, wait. Another strong offense coming up in Dallas. Concerns. Lots of concerns in Dallas. And I'm going to tell you this.
I want my $2.
Oh, money is going to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Some people either left in the chat and some people DM'd me that they owe me some bank. Well, actually, they owe it to the kids, not me. But thank you, sir. Yeah, I get concerned about Dallas. You got to be concerned about Dak. You got to be concerned about the weapons. You got to be concerned about even Ezekiel Elliott. You got to be concerned about the defense. You know what? If we could play like we played today, and Daniel Jones understands that there is a field beyond 7 yards, that's what it's going to be. No disrespect. I need more touchdowns from Jones. He needs to build off today. Yeah, he needs to build off today. He does. But you know what? It's a good start. And hopefully it's the start of more things to come. Yeah, Zach isn't drinking. Let's see here. Tony the Gator. I knew you would be out. Tony the Gator. Tony's got to learn. Tony, for all the pomp and circumstance for Tony, yes, he had for a rookie, he had a good game, but he does have to understand he did drop that big third down pass. It was thrown a little hard by Daniel Jones. Got to say that. But he did drop that pass. He's got to learn sometimes, like the Saquon Barkley move. Sometimes you got to not take a loss, but sometimes you have to know when the play is over. Leonard Williams is posted on Paper Scrum. How he got ran over by Hill. That was going to be my screen. That was going to be my thumbnail. That was going to be my thumbnail. I didn't use it as my thumbnail. If we lost, Dan Jones is playing like a top 10 quarterback. If he keeps this up, we will win a few games that we aren't expecting. I agree. I'm not, like I said, I'm not bashing Daniel Jones. I'm not a Daniel Jones hater, but I am going to say this. It's one game. One game does not equate to an entire career, because if that was the case, Timmy Smith, the running back from the Washington Redskins, had the greatest Hall of Fame career ever in one game in the Super Bowl. And we all know what happened after that. Dory Kit Jackson came back. He came back and played. So I'm thinking he's okay. Congrats on the big win. It was a big win. It was a big win. Or are you just congratulating me on getting it right? Let's go, Big Blue. Thank you, Lamar. We're kind of pumped up here today. They got run over and run through by Hill. They did. And it was funny, though, because Sean Payton called the same play like 3 plays in a row. And then the Giants on the 4th time finally sniffed it out. Finally sniffed it out. Thank you again for the super chat from Hey Tim. Any chance we call Carl Banks and help you retire for the Cowboy games? We need a pass rush. I don't know where this pass rush is coming from next week, and we're going to need it. We're going to need it because if we do, with those wide receivers and those skilled guys and Dak Prescott, if we don't find a way to at least get some pressure on him, it could be 52-38. Now, like I said, I did say the Giants are going to win. I gave the score, but I also did say the Giants will lose the next 6 games. But you know what? We're going to focus on being happy because everything is awesome. We are going to focus on being happy today. Tony ain't getting 100K. What? Someone says he's going to get 1,000 yards? The offense played is amazing, but the defense, the defense. I keep saying this. Patrick Graham has to readjust. And his problem is he's not readjusting to he's not being reactionary to what he's seeing on the field. Like I said, Hill should not have run that same play up the middle 3 times in a row before you finally sniffed it out. Anytime Hill comes in the game, you figure 90% of the time he's going to run. And thank goodness for James Bradbury. If Hill would have figured to actually lead his receiver on that play, that would have been a touchdown. Everything is awesome. I like the vertical text. I'm throwing him. Yeah. And this is what I've been saying forever. Daniel Jones, and it's not a fault to Jason Garrett. And even the venerable Kurt Warner and I both agree on this. He wasn't looking downfield. He wasn't seeing his options. He was seeing what was 7 yards in front of him. The problem is you have to see beyond the field. You have to see beyond it. This is DJ that would need a team to make the playoffs. If DJ plays like this every week, but you can't expect him to come out with 400 yards every week. You have the people that are the fanatics and unrealistic people. And then you have the fans that just hate him. And then you got us in the middle. And I always say us because I always think of everyone in the chat as us. We're in the middle. Do we want him to be great? Sure. Do we see flaws in his game? Yes. But you hope that the ability to do more is greater than his flaws. And for 1 week, right now it was. The coaching was still bad today. Well, defensive coaching, yes. There was a couple questionable plays on Jason Garrett. I do think when we got the ball back in the third quarter that we at one point, like I said, we kind of had them on our heels and we didn't attack. And I thought we should have went into more of a 2-minute offense. Kind of got to the line faster. Jameis Winston didn't play bad today. He can sling it, but the problem is he didn't sling it, which was good for us. We need Carl Banks to play the defensive coordinator. Well, you know what the funny thing is now, and I'm not picking on you, Todd, but you're going to have all the people now that for a week are probably going to get off Jason Garrett. They're not going to go Jason Garrett, but now they're going to start going after Patrick Graham, who was the Messiah last year. And now, like I say, he's just not adjusting. He's just not reacting to what he's seeing on the field. Aziz is the only one getting there, and it's been on coverage. It's all been on coverage sacks. Leonard Williams' a sack was a coverage sack. Austin Johnson, 2 sacks for cover sacks. The problem is you cannot keep relying on your coverage to help generate your pass rush. I already knew that you'd get the game right. Excellent on the cake. Oh, you knew I was going to get it right? I didn't know I was going to get it right. Hey, listen, I'll tell you this. First quarter, the way the line was holding up, I was a little nervous. But I told you guys, there's a gleam. There was a gleam. I saw something. I just don't see it next week. But we're not going to talk about that. And we're talking. He's not a utility. He's a backup. Yeah, I mean, he's utility, not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback. That's why they started Jameis. The D-line is awful. Kamara, like I said, but good thing about Kamara, his longest run was of 10 yards. That's great. It's only 10 yards, which tells me that they were stopping him in the second level. But the problem is he was getting towards the second level. No, I haven't seen anything on Shep yet. I haven't seen anything on Shep yet. We got a lot of good comments here. I'm trying to get to all of them here. Trying to make sure everyone gets in here at least. It's been 2 games where he's been better within his flaws. That's, yes, this year, Broncos and Falcons teams, man. Yeah, and he was kind of like that, sometimes last year. And that's the thing. That's a great way to put it. Daniel Jones needs to play better than his flaws. That's actually an excellent way to put it. Of course, I think that's a fantastic way to put it. He really does. J-Man, what's up, Jill Daddy? What's going on, my friend? What's going on? Giant fans were acting like we won the Super Bowl on Twitter. I didn't go on Twitter after the game. I really did. I stayed far away. I put my phone. Actually, I don't even know where I put my phone. I put my phone down. I turned off my computer because I knew what was going to happen. I knew the Giant fans were going to be like, yeah, we're the greatest team ever. And even though these are the same idiots that were saying just all this week, well, we're 0-3, man. We're not going to win. We're going to be 0-4. Yeah, who said we weren't? Who said we were going to be 1-3? Who said who that Giants? Leonard Williams doesn't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on with Leonard. I don't know what's going on with Leonard. I am 1-3 now. I should be actually 4-0, but I put the fan hat on those first 3 games like an idiot. Andrew Thomas was, yeah, you got to give all the props to the line, man. All the props. All the crap they have taken, all the shit they have taken, you have to give them all the props for today. The first 2 series, you were worried. You were worrisome, to put it nicely, because they were getting pressure. They did not seem to gel. And then all of a sudden, man, something just happened. And that happens sometimes. I can't stand watching opposing corrects all day long. Throw in survey. You can't get pressure. Top priority for next draft is the pass rush and alignment and a quarterback to be determined. Yeah, I agree. You need a pass rush. And I've been screaming. How long have I been screaming this, guys? How long have I been screaming we need a pass rush? Because we don't have it. We do not have it. I think Dallas would win 12 games. The AFC East is bad, and their schedule works out for their fair. Yeah, Dallas has the opportunity has the opportunity. They really do, to move forward. The question is going to be, is there a team out there that can stop them in blue? Rob Sale Rob Sale is putting something together. You're right, Hakeem. He's putting something together on this line. But you know what the thing is? I think it's Andrew Thomas. I think Andrew Thomas's play right now is doing this for the Giants. I think he is solidifying. that side of the line, that left side of the line. I really do. I really think that you have to give all the credit, and you have to give all the credit in the world to Daniel Jones. But like I said, after the first 2 series, you got to give all the credit to that offensive line. They looked dominant at times. They had their moments, but they looked dominant at times. Yep, he has been phenomenal. Giants defense Dallas defense to struggle against the pass, especially his own defense. There's clearly going to play. Yeah, and I keep saying that if Dallas ever figures out their secondary, we're all screwed. But right now, they didn't. They can take him, or every team would like taking him. You know what? I think it's funny that we talked about how we contained him when he ran for 20 times for 120 yards. This is his first game without a catch, too. The Giants' offense is too freaking bipolar. It's making me nervous how they do. And I don't think it's the offense. I don't think it's the play call. I've said this a million times. Daniel Jones needs to see beyond 7 yards. And today he did. And in some ways, I think some people said, I think he is nervous. I think he's more nervous when he plays at MetLife because I think he's nervous that the crowd's going to turn on him. Andrew Thomas been on the, yeah. And you know what? I'm actually, you know what? I never really thought about it, but yeah, he has. I'm still firing Getty. You know, it's one game. It's one game, guys. We're 1-3. We're not 11-5. We're 1-3. The Giants are 2 plays away. Yeah, they are being 2 plays away, but then we're also 2 plays away from being 0-4. True, positive progression, but not the flaws get exposed. Yeah, that was a great quote. Did you see my 20-yard play? I did see your 20-yard play, and I also saw you drop the pass on 3rd down. So you got to give it to the rook. Kelly broke me up. Kelly broke up with me again, guy. Oh, whatever. Poor Zach. Baseline high. Jones played great. All I need to see him is play. And that's the thing. He played great. He did play well. And like I said, you need to build off that. You now have to have week 2 where and I'm not saying week 2, but you have to now have week 5 where you can you expect him to have 400 yards passing? No. But, maybe 320, maybe 280. A couple touchdowns, no interceptions, and manage the game, move the ball, throw deep when you got your shot. Say, who dat, Giants? Morris, my office is tomorrow meeting. Extension for 3 weeks. Mr. Belden, you guys are going to timeout. I don't need this crap today. You're in timeout. Oh, let's see here. Leonard Williams got paid, and now he's on. I don't know if he's on cruise control. I don't think Leonard Williams is on cruise control. I just think now the teams are scheming to stop Leonard Williams because you don't have Dalvin Tomlinson. It's not really a difficult equation. Leonard Williams plus Dexter Lawrence minus Dalvin Tomlinson equals trouble, and that's what we've been saying since they decided to use Danny Shelton and Austin Johnson to replace one guy with basically the same salary. Is it unfunny fake immigrant account or something? I miss fake immigrant. I miss the fake account. If we keep doing these live streams, if someone wants to be a moderator, just let me know. Just email me. Because I keep going through these things. There we go. All right, let's see. Come on, we missed Nick Gates. Come on, we missed Nick Gates. We played well, Alex. Come on. We did okay. Make a rap song for us, Tony. Yeah, Tony, come on, rap. I'll rap. I'm the cream of the crop. I'll rise to the top. We all know that. Mr. Belding's been blocked in timeout. Who's the Dalvin Tomlinson in the upcoming draft? Oh, that's a good question. But we don't want to talk about the upcoming draft yet. We want to talk about this win. Hey, Tim, I didn't get to see the game today. I'm not trying to take anything away from the victory, but today I heard that Peyton didn't call a very good game today. Well, you know what? It's not that he didn't call a very good game today. We're just a better team.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
It's you know what? I think in some ways, like I said, Jason Garrett outcalled the defensive coordinator for the Saints. And we had the ability from Daniel Jones to read, like I said, he went through his progressions. He looked deep. He took his shots. Good things happen. Now, will they happen? Will good things happen every week like this? No, good things are not going to happen every week like that. They are not going to happen every week like that because, when you take your shot, you take your chance. Had a bet with a Saints fan. He told me to pay up when we were down 11. Danny saved me by 20. Oh, I know. It was looking porous for a minute. BJ Hill. I don't miss BJ Hill. I hear he's doing good. I heard he's doing well, I should say, in Green Bay. Really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Dallas game as well. Because again, we're going on turf. And I said this before, and I said this today. Saquon Barkley would feel more comfortable on the turf. Anyone who's had a knee injury, a major knee injury, anyone who understands the fact that when you are on that turf, you for some reason and it's not the old Dallas turf from the 80s, and that was like playing on concrete. But because I actually played there in a game in an all-star game back in high school. You have this ability, like I said, you have this ability to understand that you feel like it's not going to give out from underneath you. And that's what you need to, and that's what he did. Saquon scoring, all sight to behold. You gotta love it, man. We knew he was gonna have to play in space today. They had to figure a way to get him out in space. And they did. I mean, like I said, he created his opportunities. He's got to hold on to the ball, though. Thank God for the washed up Kyle Rudolph. He's got to hold on to the ball, though. We will lose to Dallas. We're not going to say that yet, but we're not going to say that yet. We're not going to say that yet. Saints had a bunch of blown coverages. Yeah, the rookie got torched. The rookie, you felt bad for the rookie. You just wanted to be like, hey, rookie, I understand. We feel so bad for you. We don't want to pick on you because you're a good guy. We really don't like you. So I shouldn't say we really don't like you, but we do really like you. Oh, Devin, thank you for the super chat. I won $500 because of Daniel Jones. He is the greatest quarterback of all times. And again, all super chats are going to Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I told people if you come on this stream, you give me your $2.
I want my $2.
Why? Because I told everyone if I got it right, you have to get the $2. Maybe you could listen, Devin. Make another bet next week, so maybe we can win again. Mr. Frank, how's it going? Sorry for the late. Did we just win the game down 21-10? Go G-Man! Yeah, Frank, we did. We did, man. It was, you know what? It was one of those things that you just kind of felt, and even when we were down, I still had that feeling. I still had the feeling we're going to win. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why. I just had this gut feeling, and lo and behold, we did. I mean, what position I played? I played strong safety and kind of a quasi middle linebacker position. I was too slow. And like I've always said this before, the only thing that stopped me from going pro were two things: were injuries and lack of talent. Anything beyond that, I was awesome. I just had a hard head. We're going to beat Dallas. I hope we're going to beat Dallas. I think we're going to beat Dallas? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. We have to go through some things. We got to go through a couple days. But it's going to be interesting. Poor kid. He got exploited. They exploited him. The Saints, they really did leave him out on an island. You kind of felt bad. No, you don't really feel bad for him. I didn't feel bad for him. Some people might feel some people that are nice might have felt bad for him. I didn't feel bad for him at all. I would say throw every play. Eli Manning used to do that on rookies too, especially towards the middle half of his career. If he knew he had someone, he would throw the ball to him. He would throw the ball at him 9,478 times. Williams right now is not playing to his contract, but it is week number 4. So let's see what happens in week number 5. Because I'm just a mean guy. That's why. Because I'm just mean. I think he was a linebacker. I played mainly linebacker, but I also kind of played. Still strong safety. It's a long story. We'll go through that one day. It was a long story, short career, but long story. I knew the Giants were going to win. Oh, nobody got the score right. Nobody won a game. I'm just gonna have to give this damn ring away. Fanatic take Evan Ingram scores a touchdown. That would have been happy. That would have been funny. 21 million for the king of the almost sack. Oh my God. I got to hold on.
King of the almost sack.
We will be making king of the almost sack t-shirts for the Children's Hospital. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We're going to put him in timeout. You're in timeout. Timeout. That's what we're going to need to get some moderators. I keep saying that. Seems like a lot of work, though. What do we got here? The refs in Dallas always screw us, and they did last year. Next week is going to be really hard. You know what? The problem with Dallas is the fact that they just have a talented offense. They have a plethora of skilled players, and they have Dak. I'm glad Dak's got a bad knee and a sore shoulder. Because if he didn't, wow, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Should have learned. You should have learned a long snap. I should have. No, I didn't have the mentality for that. There were certain things that you could do as a player, and I didn't have the mentality to do things such as that. I like hitting people. MetLife is not a home. MetLife, you know what? MetLife is not the Meadowlands. It's not. It doesn't have the same feel, doesn't have the same vibe. But you know what? We gotta win. We gotta win. We haven't beat Dak since 2017. Yeah, we haven't. You're right. We are definitely beating Dallas. I know we can do it with Danny Dimes. Well, you know what? We have to wait and see. We have to wait. We have to wait and see. We have to see what's going on with Peppers too. Peppers went out with that injury, so that's something to look at. We have to look at that. Hey, we used Jackson to cover Winston on one play. Yeah, we did. We did. What do we got here, Frank? Frank, what does the offense need to carry into the Dallas game? More importantly, what does the defense need to take them to Dallas, knowing this is the best offense they play? Here's the thing with the Dallas game. The thing with the Dallas game is right now the defense just needs to carry over consistency, and they need to carry over with the understanding that they need to throw the ball deep. They need to stretch the field because as well as our offensive line is blocking in the pass, our run blocking is still not there. Now, the problem with the defense is if we don't generate a pass rush, they're going to put up 50. I don't care how well James Bradbury plays. I don't care how well Dory Jackson plays, Logan Ryan plays. They'll put up 50 with those guys if we cannot get some type of pass rush. Any type of pass rush. Do I hear a pass rush? What's the last time I scored a touchdown? I don't know. That's a good question. What do we got here? I believe having no Shep and no Slime helped today. I love them, but forced us to do different things. You're not entirely wrong. It forced us in ways to be more creative, to be not so predictable. And I think that's what the Giants did. They weren't as predictable at times, but like I said, you have to give Daniel Jones the credit because, like I said, he had his vision. He saw beyond the 7. He saw behind 7 yards behind the line. We have to score 30 versus Dallas to win. The offense is dangerous, and their defense is way better than last year. The secondary looks massively. The secondary looks improved, but they still gave up, 28 points? The person that worries me is going to be, I think we all know, Michael Parsons, number 11. I think we all know that. MetLife sucks. I hate the place. I don't like MetLife either. I'm a Meadowlands guy. Always will be. Tim, did you see Pepper's reaction? I loved his reaction to the coin toss. Who is the other one? Who was the other guy that did the coin toss? And he goes, "We're gonna take the ball and we're gonna win," and then they lost. Who was that? Michael Parsons might have a field day, but Michael Parsons can be exposed in coverage. Do you think DJ Watt's a coach? That's actually a funny thing. I would have, because you know what? The Kurt Warner film was a great film. It was a great film if you were a DJ fan. It was a great film if you were a DJ hater. Tim, do you think the Giants personnel at 4-3 scheme would work better? No, because we don't have the 4-3. Yes, you'll have better on your interior alignment, but you want to have two guys on the edges that can't play on the edge. The Giants will stay cover 2 soft zone. So yeah, they probably will. They're going to have to. They have to slow down the team. They have to slow down Dallas. Giants haven't beaten Dak since his rookie season. Or Dakota. No, I don't think. John Ross is a speedster. His ability to stretch the field and his ability to just run straight. That's all he ever does, John Ross. He runs straight. Got the sarcasm. I got rid of the sarcasm button for a second. It's on another page there. How will the roster look next year? You know what? I don't want to talk about next year because it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Tim Hasselbeck. That was Tim Hasselbeck? I don't know what Tim Hasselbeck was. Malcolm Jenkins on the coins. Was it Malcolm Jenkins that year? I didn't know that. I'm calling it now. It's going to be Cardinals versus Raiders. I'm guessing off the record right now. Well, that would be interesting. Did the Cardinals play? I didn't see if they played today. Or if they haven't played till later. It was Matt Hasselbeck who said they're, oh, that's right. It was Matt Hasselbeck. I love it because we're going to take the ball and we're going to win. Didn't he throw like an interception for a touchdown? What do we got here? The John Ross should be used selectively. Yeah, he has a higher drop rate than Ingram for his career. Well, you're right, and that's the thing. He is a speed guy. He's a guy that's going to turn it up to the field, and he's gonna make the big play. He's gonna look good, and then he's gonna drop the easy one. Just throwing that out there. Well, actually, I wasn't. I'm just backing that up. The Cards beat the Rams crazy enough. They did. Oh, okay, good. Cards won 40-20 against the Rams. The team, I am scared of the Cardinals. I'm glad we're not playing them. Or are we playing them? I'm scared of the Cardinals right now. Cardinals beat the Rams. Thank you. If Big Blue wins against Dallas, we're back in playoff contention. Well, don't forget that Washington won and Dallas won. So, yes, we will be back in playoff contention. Watch all of us get excited to win one game. You're right. We're all well, not here. Not here, because I've already been told in the other comments and the other videos that we won and you're so dumb and you're so mean because you're saying things that we did wrong. Well, no, I'm just saying we didn't do everything right. If we would have done everything right, we would have beat them 35-0. Not win a squeaker. Just saying. Cards wrecked their barely escaped the Jags. You know what? They actually they were down last week to the Jags. And then all of a sudden, and this is what I would say about certain teams and championship teams. Sometimes you're down by a bad team, and then you just flip a switch, and that's what they did last week. That Kenny Gailey late into four clear, we spun on the tackle and got a huge chunk. It was sick. Yeah, that's why he's here. He is here because of that. But the thing with Kenny is the fact that if you notice, though, with Kenny, he doesn't, and maybe it's just an aberration. He doesn't seem to have the breakaway speed. He seems, OBJ on some of those passes probably would have gone in for a touchdown. And I know he's got the best at the ability of contested catches according to Pro Football Focus. Running 8 straight, not a good thing. Yeah. Not a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. This one still has me even killed with the team, but I'm not overly excited about this, but my criticism has been Tonella. Yeah, I'm excited. You should be excited. It was a good win. But the problem is, it's one game. There was a movie. I forget the name of the movie. And this girl was dating this guy in high school. And they graduated and she broke up with him or he broke up with her. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, how can you just dump him? He's the coolest guy in high school." And she looked at her friend and said, "Yeah, and high school's over." So you know what? This game is over. We gotta go. The minute that clock hit zero, not zero, but the minute we scored and won, we then have to move on to Dallas. That's just it. Crash Davis said it to Nuke LaLoosh too. He goes, "Can I just enjoy the moment?" And Crash says, "Yeah, the moment's over. We got to move on to Dallas. We have to change our thinking now." Kerry, I know he never had breakaway speed, but you thought for the amount of money that we paid him, he might want to score a touchdown. Just throwing that out there. I think it was maybe it would improve the passing game, but yet the edge commitment would suffer. Yeah, we need to get an edge. Living on the edge. Kenny is more like Plax. He has great contestant catcher, but he's not going to take it slant 70. Well, that's what the problem was. Plax would take play 70 yards. Plax for his size and strength had the ability to get into the end zone. He would overpower guys. Anyone say you look a lot like Robin Williams? Rest in peace. No one ever told me I look like Robin Williams. I've heard I've heard Timothy Hutton. I've heard Rex Ryan. I've heard of other people too. Kenny is more a Plax type. He's a Plax type receiver because of his size, not because of his ability. Let's see. He shades of Hakeem Nicks. No, well, Hakeem Nicks had breakaway speed too until towards the end of his career. I'm not. That's a lot more than I see to get excited. Well, you know what? We got to wait. And that's the thing. You got to wait. You got to kind of move forward with the progression. You got to move we've gone, okay, step 1, beat the Saints. Step 2, beat Dallas. And you kind of down the pipeline. Let's see here. I'm cautiously optimistic. Jones can build on and show more. We handed him because he wanted the best quarterback, but Jones come out and balls. Every Giant fan will become the biggest fan. But yeah, you know what? If that's the greatest thing, if Daniel Jones puts a plethora of games together where he's going to be phenomenal, then you know what? I'm on the Jones bandwagon. I got a Jones jersey. I got a Cool Rush jersey from his rookie season. Urban Meyer will quit after 3 and 14 years and say the truth. I still say Urban Meyer is going to USC. I still say that. In other words, running straight, I'm talking about John Ross just runs straight. That's what he does, but that's fine. Tony's going to take taking reps away from Slayton once he gets more experience. He could. He literally could. He could move forward. He could progress, but the problem is he's still got to learn the playbook, and he still makes too many boneheaded rookie mistakes. But that's fine. That's what rookies do. Daniel Jones is horribly should have at least 6. Sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm. Tim will live play-by-play next week if the streams get 50. Oh, no. You know what? If we get 100 likes, you know what? I gotta shut my mouth because I always say these things and then shit happens like that. We're closing on 1 million views in 2 years. And I said we would never get 100 views. 1 million. That's crazy. Can you see into the future, team? And Tim, any other games like today where we can call it upset special? No, I don't know yet. Let's get a couple days into the week. Like I said, I go by my gut. And like I said, my gut told us the first 3 weeks we were going to lose. But my fans said, no, we're going to win. Because I'm stupid. And I said this, I'm stupid. I wanted to win. And I didn't see, and I did what I say I don't like to do. I looked at the team as a fan. And today I didn't look at the team as a fan. I looked at it and I stepped back and I even said, I have no logical rationale or course or reason why I think we're going to win. It's just one of those games that the Giants always win. Like I said, the Giants would throw up stinkers against guys they should crush. And then when everything seems against them and the odds are stacked against them, they would always win these games. This is going back to the 70s, man. Let's see here. The only thing that sucks is the last 2 weeks, man. If we win those games, yeah, I know, but we can't. We got to remember, guys, we got to look forward, not back. I have not yet begun to fight. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Baby steps, Bill Murray, and What About Bob? Yeah, that's a good movie, though. What About Bob? Groundhog Day's a good movie, too. Ghostbusters, Stripes. Even his little appearance in the zombie movie. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. His little appearance in there. That was a good one. Zombieland. Sorry. He's a slippery guy. He really is. But he's got to learn to play more in control. And live pipelines are drained. I used to do YouTube back in the day. Did for basketball. I lost my voice for 2 times a day. My thing is, I some people probably wish I'd lose my voice. I do like 4 other podcasts in this channel. NFL Talk from across the pond and back. Go look at it for every place a podcaster or podcast, wherever you find podcasts. It's a good show. NFL Talk from across the pond and back. Let's see here. I almost forgot how it felt to win. Do you feel like Saquon is getting back to himself? And Andrew Thomas looks great. And I said Saquon was going to get healthy today. And like I said, I just felt like I said, it was just more the fact that he was playing on the turf. And that was going to give him more of the confidence he would have in his leg and his knee. And he did. I think Daniel Jones played extremely well. You throw for 400 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the one interception to me, doesn't count. They should never have that even on the stat sheet. He played well, and I've said it a million times. He looked beyond the field. When you have the ability to look beyond 7 yards and see that you can throw the ball down that way, that's what he did. And you got to give him all the credit in the world. All-time favorite Giant. Lawrence Taylor and Phil Simms. Boo! Big win today. Offense looked good, man. Offensive looked really good. Offensive looked tight. You got it. You had to love it. Andrew Town was playing great. Does wonder, do you all understand how long it's been since we've had a good left tackle? Yeah, we've been a long time since we've had a good left tackle. I'm telling you, man, I think that ankle was his little bugaboo. And how many times did we point out on this channel that little giddy up step he had going back when he was going back into pass protection? He just had this little, it was like a little hitch. And then also the fact that we even said it on this channel last year, he looked a half a second slow off the ball than he did in college. So maybe the ankle really did affect him. Tim, our pass rush is sad. Yeah. Just tuning in, so I'm sure you've already spoke about it. Yeah, it's sad. There's sad and there's like really sad. And we were really sad. No sacks, no pressures, no hits. Like I said, it's a perfect game. We threw a perfect game on defense in reference to not being able to touch the quarterback. I think Ben is done. I think it's time for him to move on. I think it's time. Only 3 plays. Yeah, but then we had the dumb penalty. But yeah, you know what? That is a team that is more of a team that is preaching discipline. When you only have 3 penalties. We need the defense to get it together we need the defense to give us a full game in reference to the complement of the guys on that front 4, that front 5. And like I said, if the way Kamara got into that second level, you had to be happy that we picked up the second level, but we still gave up way too many yards. Way too many yards. Hey, Soldier blocked today. He did. He had a couple moments, but he did block today. Do you think Jim's going through his? Yes, and I've said this before, John. You might have missed it. Daniel Jones is looking beyond 7 yards, and that's been his problem the first 3 games. He was not looking beyond the 7 yards, and now he's seeing beyond that, and he's throwing past 7 yards. Will it progress? Will it continue? I don't know. It's only been 1 game, and I've said this. I said this about Leonard Williams. You have 1 great season out of 6 that does not negate the other 5 seasons. And that's what people hate about me. Because you can't just throw away what he's done in the past and say, oh, he's this guy now. Big Ben, yeah, he's done. You almost want to see Dwayne Haskins come in or Mason Rudolph. Steelers made the big mistake the Giants make. They ignored the warnings. Yeah, they did. They ignored it. You're right. What happened when Slayton and Shepard returned? Do you really think we missed them? I still think you need Slayton and Shepard. You definitely need Shepard. I think everyone's watched shows. No, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big Darius Slayton fan. I wasn't a big fan with him even during his rookie season. I think he took the league by surprise, and then they adjusted, and then he did not readjust. I don't know, Alex. It's 1 game. And I've said this before. Ask me those type of questions on week 9, because then we'll have a body of work. Then we'll have a body to work. Yeah, Big Ben's he's just trying to pad us. I don't think he's just trying to pad us. I think he still wants to play. There's a time that sometimes you just, as an athlete, and that was probably, like I said, I was never at that level, but I probably should have quit after the first ACL. But because I was probably done, because I had limited speeds as it was, and I had less speed even then. But you always feel like you could still play. Jones' pocket presence was way better today. Saw him avoid pressure 5 or 6 times masterfully. That he would give the coaching staff credit for that. We need to keep seeing it. But you're right. We need to see that more. We need to continue to see that ability, that progression. Now, we don't want to just have a 1-week aberration. We want to have an entire progression. Is this a building block game? Yes. Will we build off this game for Daniel Jones? I don't know. Nobody knows. And if you're going to sit there and now anoint him again, the king of New York, you're fooling yourself. You're not fooling anyone else. You're especially not fooling anyone here. I don't think Slayton's off is useful. Yeah, he's useful. I don't know if Shepard's great. Shepard's going to be gone next year because we need to get rid of him because of the salary cap. We're going to have to get rid of him. There's no doubt in my mind. He's going somewhere. He's going somewhere. Let's see here what we got here. What do you think here? Do you think the Giants are selective of the way they use the RPOs with Daniel Jones run? I think that they, you know what the thing is? I think they're still trying to make Daniel Jones a pocket passer. Because, like I said, Daniel Jones, and I've said this before, it's like the Chevy I used to own. You got on top of the hill and pushed it downhill. You know, once it got going downhill, it was going fast, but it took a while to get down the hill. And I think the Giants realized that the best way to run Daniel Jones is to take advantage of the over-aggressiveness of the defense when that is occurring. What's up, Slick Rick? Do you think they'll keep Kenny and John and Tony together? We need to beat Dallas. What do you think? They may have to. I don't know if Shep and Slayton are coming back yet. I mean, I don't think we can sit there and count on John Ross because, again, look at his body of his work throughout his career. Kenny's more of an option, and Tony at one point in time, the league is going to adjust. The problem with Tony is the league, I think, is going to adjust to him. I don't think they're going to adjust as quickly because, like I said, he is not a consistent route runner. He's kind of a guy that still plays he plays like street ball, you know, like you used to do when a kid, you know. You just throw it out there and see what happens. And then he always had that one guy that would run 10 yards backwards to gain, you know, he would be Barry Sanders. I'm going to run 10 yards backwards so I can gain 3 yards. So we have to kind of just wait and see. We can't get rid of Shepard. Remember, they stretched his contract to 23 again to save cap space. Yeah, but I still think they have enough wherewithal that they may need the cap space still to get rid of him. Kadarius reminds me of Victor Cruz. He looks like a poor man's Tyreek Hill. No, I'm not even close to saying that. He doesn't remind me of anything Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz busted on the scene, especially in that Jet preseason game. And then he, like I said, Victor Cruz, most people forget his first season was kind of forgettable. Then he went on IR. It wasn't until the next year that he proved he was Victor Cruz. Giants will beat the Chiefs. Panama Red or Maui Wowie? Which one is it? Now, Tony is super quicker, though, and I think he can learn a lot from Ross, who was amazing on routes. I don't think Ross is very amazing on routes. Look at his film in Cincinnati. I think Ross's biggest claim to fame is he's a speed guy. There was nothing I saw in any of the Ross films outside of Cincinnati that made me think he was a great route runner. Hakeem Nicks, Victor Cruz, those were what I would call quality route runners. Steve Smith was a quality route runner. Wait, John Ross is a very amazing route runner. Let's see. The marks of elite NFL players isn't how you initially, it's how you react when they adjust. Yes. Jones started off hot and the rest of the league adjusted. How he takes the punch back as it makes him. Yeah, you're right. 100%. And I think we've said this a bazillion times. The league gets film on you. The league adjusts, which is why a lot of players have a sophomore slump, even after they had fantastic rookie seasons. But the problem is, that's not a problem, but the player has to then adjust in his second year to basically show that he can figure out what they figured out against him. They figured out all of his nuances. Now he has to change his game a little bit. Again, one route doesn't make a career. One route does not make a career. One run. I believe Slayton should be replaced by Tony. I'm tired of the drops with Slayton. Yeah. I mean, if it depends. You gotta slowly work him in. You gotta slowly work Slayton back in, and you gotta also see what Tony has. I'm still not a big fan of Tony. I'm not gonna lie. I think there were better, more polished receivers in the draft. I think he was a project pick, and I still think that way too. Because right now he's playing out of necessity, not because he beat somebody out. Crazy how the Giants haven't even won the NFC. Yeah, it's been a crazy 10 years. It's been a crazy 10 years. I think the number 8 that was on the field today was actually no. Well, yeah, you got to remember that Saints game years back when, what was it, like 52-47 or whatever it was with Eli Manning, and I think with Breeze, that was the last time anyone threw 7 touchdowns. I think Eli threw 6 touchdowns. That was a game, man. That was a game. Ross is literally the speed you can't look at one round and call him amazing. Look at his body. Yeah, it's a body of work in Cincinnati. You got to run. I mean, if you can run fast, that's good. Tony is fast, quicker, and reads defensive fast. Look at his career. Well, you can't really look at his career, Tony, because Tony's sucked his first 3 seasons in Florida. He was terrible. He wasn't good. And last year was a COVID year, and he played good last year. He played well last year, but like I said, which moved him in the first round, but it was a COVID year. No, I didn't forget the key drop. He did. You know what? It was a drop, yes, but Daniel Jones did kind of zip the ball in a little too much. I think it was kind of on both of them. I think it was kind of both. It was kind of a both question. No one round or one touchdown. Doesn't. Thank you, Slick Rick. Thank you. Love seeing Tony. It was good to see Tony out there again. It was good to see him contribute. Why does Ruben Randall fall off the radar? Ruben Randall fell off the radar so badly, and I think you're being sarcastic because he was a horrible route runner. He was god awful. He left the Giants, went to the Eagles, left the Eagles, went someplace else because he was a terrible route runner. There was a game in Chicago on Monday night where Eli Manning threw 3 interceptions in the first half. Ruben Randall was responsible for all 3 interceptions because he ran the wrong route 3 times. And that was one of the only games I've ever seen Eli Manning get upset. Eli Manning was looking at he was pissed off. That was the only time I really seen him get pissed off at Ruben Randall. Because at one point he's telling him like this. It's like, yeah, dummy, you ran the wrong route. Good call on the Giants win earlier today. Thank you, Chino. I had a feeling. And I even told people I had a feeling it's that Seattle game. My question is, how many people are out there right now saying that they called this game? I'm sorry, I only did 2 videos and a live stream. Hey, John. Sorry I can't be on long. Work early in the morning. Yeah, I got to get up at 5. Tim, have a great night, and let's enjoy all the wins. Feels good. It does feel good, John, doesn't it? I got to get up early tomorrow, too. I got to get up at 5. We got the big move coming up on Tuesday, so that's going to be fun. I got my knee. It's actually fun. I got my knee brace on right now. That's why I keep rubbing my knee because I'm going up and down the stairs. Let's see here. You were, Chris. I was with you. I called it yesterday. You were, and nobody won. Nobody won the ring again. Let's see here. Tim, what did you think of the game today? Game calling today that's been a hot topic lately. I've always thought that Jason Garrett has called the game well. And I just think it's when execution. And I've said that. He's drawn up some great points. Even, again, I hate going back to the Kurt Warner film, but Kurt Warner had 18 minutes of film of everything wrong with the Giants offense, and 2 minutes of it was Jason Garrett. The rest of it was Daniel Jones and their wide receivers. I called it, said 2014. They called me crazy. That's because we are crazy. Do you think Tom Coughlin should be in the Hall? Yes, I do think Tom Coughlin should be in the Hall of Fame. Anytime you had his career, plus people forget what he did in Jacksonville. And I think that's what people need to figure what it is. Tony definitely needs to work, but he is third and 18 conversions would show. Yeah, that was why. But Bobby Johnson had third and was a third or 17 or fourth, third and 17 against and 86 against the Vikings. And Bobby Johnson's career was nothing. He did get a Super Bowl ring at it. Jason Garrett can breathe this week. Now the only problem is Jason Garrett has passed the asthma inhaler over to Patrick Graham. That's the problem. I think we can learn from Ross, who was amazing. Come on, be nice, everyone. Be nice. Be nice. Me and Tim are the only people who give Garrett compliments and point to execution. I give Tim props on my podcast. Well, I appreciate that. And I did listen to a couple of your shows, and I always told you if you want to have me on or if you want to come on by, you're more than welcome to. And I really do think it's execution. And I think that some fans, and I've said this before, that it's easier at times to blame the coaches than it is to blame the player because we don't have a physical attachment to the coaches. We have that physical. We buy the fans' jerseys. We buy the players' jersey, not the fan jersey. We buy the players' jerseys. We watch them, but the coaches were just like, whatever. Tom Coughlin made 2 AFC championships. He did. Tom Coughlin built that franchise in Jacksonville. People forget that. People forget that 100%. He built that franchise. Excited about the win today. Now we gotta face the Cowgirls. Yeah. I'm gonna start plugging through the Cowboy game probably starting on Tuesday. I got a video already ready for tomorrow. It's called what is my video called for tomorrow? I got a video up for tomorrow. It's already ready. It's already in the queue. I don't even know what it's called. It's called, you know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to give you guys a sneak preview. It's called New York Giants beat and stun the Saints with a huge win. Can we keep it rolling? No, that was today's video. Did I do a video already? Did I not load it? All right, well, evidently I didn't load the video, but it's a really good video. Oh, yeah, it's called I have it called, what do I call this video? I call it Beyond the Thunderdome, What Happens Next for the Giants. So if you want to know what's going to happen next for the Giants, you got to wait till tomorrow. Let's see here. The reason Jason Garrett gets blamed so much is because he pulls a thing like tight end jet sweeps inside. Yeah, that didn't make sense to me with Evan Ingram. Regardless of pure execution, it was a stupid call. I think what he was trying to do, he was trying to catch the defense off guard. And actually, Evan Ingram has actually taken those for some pretty consistent games over his career. So yeah, he does do stupid things like that. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You see Leonard Williams almost sack in the fourth. Good game, Tony. And yeah, Leonard Williams, man. Leonard Williams, too much money, and we could have used it. Do you see Baker give up the PA at the end of the game? Yes, that was last week. I did see that. I talked about that, John. That cracked me up because I did a video. When I did part of my live stream, I even said, and who gave up the big pass interference at the end of that game? It was DeAndre Baker. It's execution of those catches with those balls. It really is. It really does break down to execution. It really does. And I think that, and I've said this like, I don't know, like 1,000 times. You can, and we've seen it with Evan Ingram. You can draw up like the Eagle game. You could draw up a phenomenal play. You can run it to a point where then something happens and you have a breakdown in execution, like him dropping the pass. Jags and Panthers got good players from active roster. The Jags got Mark Burnell. Yeah, but Burnell, nobody knew if Burnell was back in the day. Burnell at the Packers was not Burnell at the Jags. Let's see here. Tight end jet sweep to the short side of the field. Yeah, it was a dumb call. It was a dumb call. It really was. But you know what? Like I said, sometimes you got to make dumb calls. I saw an effort to get the fan base off Evan Ingram today. To play Evan Ingram in the red zone was one blemish on a solid game plan. I still think Evan Ingram has the ability to make something happen. And I don't think they were using it to get him off the fan base. I think they're just trying to build up some trade value. And like I said, right now you can't trade Evan Ingram because what, are you going to get a 7th-round pick for him and maybe a half a can of Coke? But if you build up his play and build up his stats towards the end of the season, you're going to get a compensatory pick, which will probably be more than a 7th-rounder. The O-line's getting better, or are we just better without? No, we're not better without Nick Gates. It's just the line is progressing. You got to give Rob Sale all the credit in the world. The line is progressing. The line is executing. Go Giants! Yeah, that's right, Alex. G-Men! G-Men forever. No, Evan Ingram is not. Let's not call him mad. Let's not be bad. Let's not be mad. You missed the entire game. I have no clue what happened. We lost 48-13. It was a bloodbath. It was a shambles. You know who won. You know who won, Wolfie. You know who won. Let's see here. The guy will F up the cup. Evan Ingram would drop a cup of coffee. The run blocking was even better. Yeah, the run blocking was better today. It was, but they're still not. It's one of those weird things with the Giants line. They're not consistent. They were consistent with the pass blocking, but not in the run blocking. And last year they were horrible at both. So you kind of got to wonder. We just need a right tackle. I don't see Silver lasting the season either. I don't either. The first, no, we need to figure out the edge issue and the linebacker issue. Tim, I would take a 7th-round pick for everyone and just don't want it. Yeah, but the problem is, John, like I said, you may not want him, but that's not value. And what's going to happen is if you build him up through the rest of the season, you have an opportunity to maybe get him 30 catches for 400 yards and a couple touchdowns, and he signs elsewhere. You're going to get a higher compensatory pick. He looked confident today. He did on that big run, on his first touchdown run. He did seem he had a little. It was weird because he looked like he had a little hitch when he was running, almost like he hurt himself. I'm serious. It was the defense. Jones. It was both. No, it was Jones. Jones and Jason Garrett and the execution carried us today. I'll take a turkey and provolone sandwich for Evan Ingram. Can I get Swiss or American on that? Red zone execution was still an issue. Yeah, that's, you know what? And I've said it a million times. I get worried. I say we always have to score from the 21. Where is Carter Coughlin? That is a great question, because I've been asking where Carter Coughlin is now for 3 weeks. He's not hurt. And he was supposed to be the savior at linebacker. And you figure with Blake Martinez that he would be in there. Does Daniel Jones have the vit factor yet? No. Not yet. Give me 4 more weeks of the same performance, and then I will say yes. Hopefully no more serious injuries. Well, we got to see. I don't think Peppers was injured. I don't think it's a serious injury yet. And I shouldn't say that. Not going to win. Or not going to win. I don't think it's a serious injury yet, but I do think it's something that we need to keep an eye on. God forbid he plays good elsewhere. That just means, yeah, that's what you always have to worry about, Evan Ingram. Where is Nate Ebner on? I don't know where Nate Ebner is in special teams. Zach, you know I've talked about that before. I got no freaking clue where he is. I don't even know why he's taking up a roster space. For all the people that love David Sills, where is David Sills, man? They picked John Ross over David Sills. They picked Colin Johnson over David Sills. Let's see here. The red zone issues are real. They are apparent. But today the offense did it when it needed to do. Well, the offense scored on big plays. They didn't have to go in the red zone. All right, my friend. Good check-in again. I'll reach out this week to Clem. Sure. Send me an email. Shoot me an email. Shoot me a DM. Whatever the cool kids do. Tim's favorite players. I love Nate Ebner. You have the Daniel Jones people that kiss the Daniel Jones picture. I kissed the Nate Ebner picture because he's just a great guy. 9.0. Yeah, he's 9.0. He can't even get off the damn practice squad. 2 injuries to 2 wide receivers, and we go with Colin Johnson and John Ross over David Sills. That should tell you something, guys. Take it easy, my friend. Give up with David Sills. I've given up on David Sills. I don't like David Sills. I never liked David Sills. I never have. You called it. Barkley would start running around on 3 or 4 games of the ACL. I hope this is the beginning. Giants need to roll. I've only called it John because of the fact that I've had an ACL. I know. You don't get your confidence back at least till 3-4 weeks in. That's why I always said you should never have played Barkley in that first game. And then people are like, well, what's the difference of getting? No, you were actually giving him 11 more days rest before the Washington game. And I think there would have been a different result. You think Jags would fire? No, I don't think they're going to fire him now. They're going to run the season with him, good or bad or different. I still think he's going to USC. What do we got here? We need a pass rusher. Yes, we do. Yes. You forgot to push the sarcasm button. Well, for you, whoops.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
There you go. Forget about David Sills. How about CJ Board? The guy makes plays. The guy makes plays. You know what? He's a good kickoff returner. You cannot take that away from him. With the 2 first-round picks, what are you thinking will be taken? It depends. It depends on how far into the season we go and how far Daniel Jones progresses. I would think if Daniel Jones falters, you got to go with the quarterback. If not, I think you have to spend your first 2 pieces of draft capital on defense. You need a linebacker and you need an edge desperately. We need a linebacker and edge desperately. But seriously, the roster spot, Nate Ebner is taking up a roster spot. But here's the problem, though, because you really don't see him on special teams. Who are you going to bring in? I mean, is there a guy that we could pluck off someone's practice squad? No way, Tip Love says more than Gelman. He's another one, Mike. Sam Beal, is he even on the team still? I know he made the roster. He's still even on the team. He's awesome, Sam Beal. He's the best player ever.
Sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
Let's see. We'll take a couple more and we're going to call it a night, guys, because I do have to get up early tomorrow. Let's see here. Whoops. Don't want to talk draft, but if we don't take a quarterback, I'd like to see a trade down and get a lot more capital. Well, you know what the problem is? We have to wait and see where we finish and where Chicago finishes. Bring Benjamin. Yeah, we should bring in Kelvin Benjamin. Colt McCoy got on the field and beat the Rams today. Oh, he did get on the field. I didn't see a lot of the games today. I was packing today. Let's see here. I don't know if the defense will get better or if they will get worse. The defense is going to get exposed more and more each week because I've said this since going back to the Cleveland game, preseason game. Off tackle left, off tackle left, off tackle right, and then busted up the gut. Now they're just busting it up the gut. His picture flirting with college goes. He must have something. Speaking of Chicago, screw the Lions, man. I agree. Let's see here. Colt McCoy owns the NFC East. Well, maybe. You know what? Colt McCoy comes. He's a surpriser. You never know. I mean, I hope we get Malik Willis because I don't trust Mike freaking Glennon as a back. You're not going to draft Malik Willis if Daniel Jones is playing well. You're only going to go for Malik Willis if it's going to need to be a turnaround for our old buddy there. But I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, everyone knows my stance on Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis is going to be better. I think he's going to rise up faster than Trey Lance did. And if he was picked in the top 3, I would not be shocked. All right, Saeed, you have yourself a good night. I'm actually going to head out too, guys. I'm going to, because it is late. I do have to get up early tomorrow. So unless anyone's got any pearls of wisdom, I would like to read some pearls of wisdom today. Let's see here. Oh, Jimmy Craig. Glad to see the post stream win. I'll leave this with you. You should change the channel's name to focus on Nate. Super. I am Nate Ebner, super fan. I am. He's awesome. Jimmy Craig. Jimmy Craig, are you the hockey player? You're the goalie? Good night, John. Good night, all. I think we're going to check this out here. We're going to take a little Wolfie's got here. Nate Ebner, defensive special team player guru. Yeah, you know, our special teams, man. Be cautiously optimistic, guys. Don't go crazy and celebrate for tonight. Don't go crazy and celebrate for tonight. And tomorrow we're on to the Cowboys. You're right. We have to move forward. The game is over. The moment's over. It's a good win. But you know what? A one win does not make a season. And if one win makes this season, then we're in a lot of trouble. But you know what? It's a good win, guys. But we got to move forward. Good night, Jimmy. Hope you have a good evening. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Video tomorrow is going to be out, I think, about 11. Good night, Scott. Hope you had a good evening. I know you did. Your boy Daniel Jones rocked it. Giants will win 4-2 after this. No, I don't see that. I still have a feeling we're going to be 0-6. The win showed us what our offense should look like. Okay, I was waiting for that. Good night, my friend. Have a good evening. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to jump off here. Going to go try to watch a little bit of the Pats game, the Pats Tampa game. I don't even know what the score is. I hope everyone has a good night. Check out the new video tomorrow coming out at 11. Don't forget to go on podcast places and go find NFL Talk from across the pond and back. We got a lot of good episodes up. We're actually picking up a lot of steam and a lot of traction, not only here, but over in the UK and a bunch of other countries. We were actually number 1 in Germany 2 weeks ago in reference to downloads from the NFL. No, number 2. For reference to downloads in the NFL. That's a little crazy stat for you. The win showed us that our offense should look like. You're right, Mike. It did. So, guys, I'm going to check out the Pats 6-7 lead Pats. Whoa, I didn't know that. All right, I'm going to go watch the rest of the Pats game. Have yourself a good night, everyone. And you know what? Stay strong, stay safe. And you know what? 1 week is not a season. Let's move on to Dallas.